Hello, I'm Elwi, and today I'll be reflecting on my SBI 3U experiences. Now, I didn't sign up for this class and I showed up for the sole motive of earning a credit. However, fast forward 5 months later and I signed up for SBI 4U. So what happened? Well, thanks to my engaging teacher, Mr. Sartori, and a little bit of willingness from me, I was able to change my views on biology. I thought biology was a boring and a vague subject. I thought I could pass biology by memorizing facts such as mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell and repeating it over and over until it was engraved in my head. However, this myth was debunked on the first day of class. First things first, the diversity of life. In this unit, I was able to learn many concepts such as taxonomy, relating animals through phylogeny and physiology. And here, I was also able to utilize my previous knowledge from previous classes to understand this class more. For example, I understood the meaning of taxonomy through nomenclature from chemistry. When I was able to relate these two words from chemistry and biology, I was able to understand that taxonomy is the science of naming animals formatted as genus and species. My class and I stumbled on finding meaning behind words. However, Mr. Sartori taught us a very valuable skill, which is deriving the meaning out of a word. For example, the word hydrolysis. He taught us to break the word down into the two words from hydrolysis, break it down into hydro and lysis. Hydro means water and lysis means breaking down, so hydrolysis means breaking down by water. The project for this unit was the Diversity of Life cards. In this project, I used my brochure making skills, research skills, designing skills, and practiced naming and classifying different types of species. Furthermore, the project, the Diversity of Life cards, was a great way for me and my classmates to share and discuss our work. This was a great opportunity for me because I was able to showcase 2 out of the 8 21st century competencies. These 2 were leadership and communication skills. I was able to show both of these competencies through initiating discussions over the subject of the cards, and I was also valid when we had class discussions. After the Diversity of Life, we started genetics. It was a new unit and a new me. I started focusing more, raising my hand more, asking and answering more questions. Here we were introduced to meiosis and mitosis on a much deeper level. Later we were introduced to the concept of pedigree analysis and dominant and recessive genes. This was one of my favorite homework assignments because it simply involved math, and that meant I could do my work and then I could check, double, and even triple check. This helped me build and practice my problem-solving skills, another one of the 8 21st century competencies. I was also introduced to mutations. Learning about what causes them was vital for what was next, the Genetic Disorders Research Project. Firstly, I think this project will be of much help for me, especially in my co-op this summer. I got accepted into the Science and Technology Research Student Program. I will be researching different subjects such as mechanical engineering and behavioral neuroscience. Throughout the Genetic Disorders Research Project, I researched galactosemia. I chose this specific subject because I had already known a bit about it through my online course Shaw Academy that was all about sports and nutrition. I was familiar with the concept of allergies, but I had learned much more. The most critical fact I had learned from this project was the difference between an allergy and an intolerance. Allergies have to do with the immune system reactions to a substance, while intolerances are caused by a missing enzyme. Overall, this unit was very interesting and it allowed me to understand why people do have genetic disorders. Plus, it allowed me to be grateful for what I do have and don't have. Then evolution happened. This unit was very intriguing and thought-provoking. I think that was all thanks to the way that Mr. Sartori has brought it to us. First, allowing us to wander in our brain and think about all the information that we do have about evolution and all the questions about its controversy. Then, putting all these thoughts into a personal understanding of evolution called PUE, before viewing any of the material. Then we were introduced to evolution through a series of 7 videos, and then to each video we had questions specific to what we had learned about that video. I thought that was a great way of testing our understanding of what we just saw. Lastly but not least, we finished off the unit of evolution with a reflection paper called Current Understanding of Evolution that summed up all what we've learned about evolution and compared how far we've come from the beginning to the end. In this unit, my classmates and I experienced something very special that usually doesn't happen, but it did thanks to COVID-19. We got to collaborate through a group assignment called Jigsaw. It was truly rewarding seeing how it turned out at the end, and even on a deeper level, this was an example of how a community functions. The document started as a blank sheet of paper, then it evolved into a large resourceful paper that was full of concepts and definitions that summed up the full unit. It shows how each of us contributes in a little way, each of us adding their little piece of information to create a larger one. It shows the power we hold when we all come together. I can intertwine these thoughts with all the anti-racism and Black Lives Matter movements happening at our current time. This was my experience with yet another one of the 8 21st century competencies, collaboration. We wrapped up this course with the unit Animal Systems. This unit reminded me of a grade 8 project, simulating the cell as a city. For example, what would a gas station or a garbage collection center resemble in a cell? It reminded me of it because I was just as amazed as I was 3 years ago. Animal systems are so detailed and complex, everything about them amazes me. I always wondered what the purpose of mucus was until I read the digestive system chapter. I learned that mucus lubricates and coats the inside of the stomach so that the gastric acid containing hydraulic acid and many other components doesn't burn and digest the stomach itself. I thought that fact was crazy. I'm also fascinated by the fact that the nutrients we eat are absorbed in the first part of the small intestines, the duodenum, by a small wide-shaped villus, each absorbing their food by their microvilli. In this unit, I was able to use the golden skill taught to me by Mr. Sartori to understand words such as microvilli and homeostasis. The 21st century competency I found most fitting for this unit was critical thinking. I connected my ideas with the facts I learned to lead me to a great comprehension of each of the digestive, respiratory, and the circulatory system. This course has been the most beneficial for me. Mr. Sartori has handed me a key to a treasure. I came into this class knowing that I will be a mechanical engineer, what I had always wanted ever since I remember. Now, however, I became very interested in the field of neuroscience, specifically behavioral neuroscience. I like that it joins philosophy with science. I learned more than just biology in this class. I learned to start conversations, participate in discussions, conduct research, present information, and more importantly, I learned from Mr. Sartori many little fun facts such as, did you know if you drink an extra cup of water for the next 5 years every day, you'll become smarter than you are today? And many other philosophical concepts. A few of them are the 3 elements for success and the concept of Kaizen, the continuous improvement. Overall, this has been an eye-opening experience full of information and resources. I am very excited about what next year holds for me in biology. Furthermore, the diversity of life... Oh my god. Oh frick. It's full of blood.